to have millions of ideas for this, like Harry Potter World or something that's going to bring you back there.
St. Johns County Commissioner Krista Joseph voicing her opinion in the discussion about the closed World Golf Village IMAX Theater and its future use. Karen Johnson has the rest of the story.
At the first meeting on the topic, the commissioners were asked to present their ideas for the over 17,000 square foot World Golf Village property. Jerry Wilson of the Board of Directors of St. Johns County Cultural Events, Inc. outlines 3 possible scenarios.
Scenario 1 is just to remain closed. Scenario 2 is to reopen as a single-use venue. The custom IMAX movie projection equipment does not have the laser technology, which is currently used. The 80-foot wide custom screen needs to be replaced. It's the most expensive of the 3.
The third one would be a 7-day-a-week multi-use community center for activities like a lecture series, live music, film festivals, and also a restaurant. While the county doesn't retain the property at this time, Commissioner Christian Whitehurst says the county should pursue it.
We were really trying to do the will of the people by expressing interest in acquiring the property, because the fear is that we leave it to the free market. You know what's going to go in there is multifamily, because what they've seen over the last 30 years is any commercial that goes into this property fails. But for Caddyshack, and I'm telling you, when there's a nuclear holocaust, it'll be the roaches and Caddyshack surviving. God bless those guys.
No decision was made last Tuesday, and the plan is to introduce more information the next time the issue is in the agenda. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
In 2024, we had 4 reported tornadoes in St. Johns County. That came from what we call a hyperactive El Nino pattern.
We're taking a closer look at last year's weather and getting insights from an expert.
Storm chaser Logan Parham says last year's weather was influenced by the El Nino pattern.
El Nino Southern Oscillation, basically slightly warmer temperatures in the South Pacific Ocean. And that tends to trend with more active tornado seasons in the state of Florida. So in our early season, January, February, March, and April, we did see a relatively higher than usual number of tornadoes, including the World Golf Village tornado, which came through on April 11th. And that was an EF1. Was on the ground for quite some time and did some pretty severe damage in the Trailmark neighborhood.
And when it comes to tornadoes, Parham says statewide 2024 was a year for the record books.
We beat our 1997 and our 1998 tornado records. We're in a year right now with 117 reported tornadoes, which is the most of any year in recorded history. We started off very strong due to that El Nino pattern across the Panhandle, North Florida, and parts of North Central Florida. From there, we had a relatively quiet sea breeze season with a few exceptions, a couple brief and weak touchdowns. But we really took off with our biggest single-day outbreak in Florida state history during Hurricane Milton with the South and South Central Florida tornado outbreak that occurred.
Tomorrow we'll have perspective from Parham on last week's history-making snowfall event. I'm Daryl Moody reporting.
We look forward to continuing to work very closely in supporting the board and all of their efforts.
Liz Ryan talks to St. Johns County Clerk of Courts Brandon Patty about meeting minutes.
Commissioner Krista Joseph, in particular, was very vocal about wanting public comment to be included in meeting minutes. The Clerk of Courts office is responsible for those minutes.
In December, the Board of County Commissioners voted for us to consider adding a one-line summary into the minutes for public comment. We looked at the cost, it's marginal, so we went ahead and added those back in, and so they're now included as part of the minutes.
In other news, the main branch of the St. Johns County Public Library System will be temporarily closed for roof replacement beginning Monday, February 3rd. This will take about 2 months, and they're expected to reopen by the end of March. During this closure, no items will be due, all holds will be extended, and impacted patrons will not accrue late fees. The City of St. Augustine Board of Commissioners meets tonight. One of the topics they'll take up is a request to rezone about 30 acres of land on Riberia Street from industrial and warehousing to planned unit development. The meeting begins at 5 o'clock at City Hall and is open to the public. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's Local Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.